Howdy.
So last year, I got married, celebrated my honeymoon in Japan, had my stag do in New Orleans, and took a bunch of other trips besides.
It was a very expensive year. So when 2020 got started, my budget for travel was pretty much zero.
With a few months at home stretched out before me, I finally got round to editing together some footage from my travels around the world, creating my first coherent videos. Within a couple of months, I thought I'd have some money behind me and start travelling again. Then this happened.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Yeah, I couldn't have really picked a worse time to start a travel vlog.
Now I know from my travels to Scotland that some of the most beautiful places in the world are right here in Britain, and that's made me want to see a bit more of my own country. So with society opening up again, at least for a bit, it was time to hit the road at home. And having travelled all the way to the northernmost part of this island, we decided to go all the way to its south for a few days of exploration in Cornwall. The journey begins in our native Hertfordshire, and the drive to where we're staying in Newquay is at least 5 hours, so we're breaking up the drive with a planned stop at Stonehenge. Now we're leaving late, so we've got no chance of making the last admission at 2:30 p.m. Besides, it will cost us at least £21 to get in that way. So I've done some sleuthing online, and it looks like there's a way to enjoy Stonehenge for free. We are going to give it a try.
Where are you, Stonehenge? Oh, there it is, look.
Approaching from the east, after you pass the stones, you'll see a little dirt track on the right. Ignore the sign telling you to carry on, that's for the paying customers. Now you're not allowed to make a right-hand turn directly into the track because then you'd be cutting across the other lane of traffic. So instead we pull in opposite where we'll have to make a dash across both lanes of traffic because apparently that's allowed. Once you're onto the track, you can park up at the side and take the free public footpath towards Stonehenge. It runs parallel to the one used by paying customers.
So, we are here at Stonehenge. I'll give you a little secret about Stonehenge. It costs about £21 for an adult to get in, but you can actually come and see it for free. If you have a little look behind me, you'll notice that I'm on a path. Well, to go right up to the henge, like some people in the background you may be seeing, you have to pay entry. But there's a public footpath, the footpath that I'm on, that you don't have to pay anything to go on, so we've just saved ourselves 42 quid. So let me tell you a little bit about Stonehenge. Stonehenge, the parts of it that are actually stone, was built something like 4,500 years ago, and each one of those stones weighs something like 25 tons, and they think that they would have been brought here from a quarry 25 miles away. Now you might be asking yourself, how did people manage to bring these gigantic stones that are 25 tons each over that 25-mile distance?
Well, there's a couple of different theories. One says that the stones were rolled along on logs. Another says that they were pushed down a track greased with animal fat.
Of course, there is one more possibility. Aliens did it. And I think we can all accept that it was probably that.
The exact purpose of Stonehenge, if there is one, remains a mystery too. It was certainly a religious site and may have had some sort of association with healing. Certainly there's been a lot of burials in the area.
In fact, some of these people would have come here from quite a long way away. We know that some of the remains that were recovered here from the Mediterranean, from what we now call Germany, from France. People came here to be buried from a long, long way. So there are a couple of different legends associated with Stonehenge. One of them says that it was King Arthur's father who, after a great battle was fought here and something like 4,000 people died, he decided that there should be something here to memorialise the place. And so legend has it that he sent Merlin to go and get these giant stones that were in Ireland and had medicinal healing properties associated with them and bring them back to Britain. And Merlin went out there with the king's men, and in order to get them, he killed something like 7,000 Irishmen, is the story. So in order to memorialise those 4,000 or so who died here, they killed thousands more. The other story is that there was a king who invited a great many of his rivals here for a feast, and then when the feast was at its climax, his men fell upon his rivals and killed them as they ate. The legend has it that 420 people were killed, but the king felt remorseful and ashamed of his dishonourable deed, and so he had this place built to remind him of what he did. Becky, do you want to say anything to the camera about Stonehenge?
Some lovely rocks, isn't it?
It is lovely. Do you feel the deep spiritual history of the place?
Of course.
That's a no.
Once we've had our fill of late Neolithic history, we head back to the car for the final push down to Cornwall. We've still got at least 3 hours left to drive, so we'll be arriving late. I just hope there's still somewhere open for food.
Okay, off to Newquay. Looks like we're going to be there about 9:05.
Oh, that's so late. We ain't gonna find anything to eat.
Fine.
What are we gonna have for dinner?
Food?
Yeah, where?
It's a proper big town. There'll be plenty to have.
Yeah, but nowadays you've got to book in, ain't you? Because COVID.
Maybe. I don't think everywhere will be like that. And besides, pay for takeout, there'll be plenty of places to happily just give you something, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, actually takeout will be alright.
Having underestimated the length of the drive, we arrived even later than expected. So we need to check in, ditch our stuff, and get into town for some food before everywhere closes.
First little glimpse of the sea.
Once we're there in the town centre, we discover we're already too late for most places.
Maharaja. Right.
Closed.
Oh, you're shitting me. Man. Do you want to go to the other one up the street?
Where was it?
Green Chili is saving her bacon.
With a curry from one of the last places still open, we head back to the room. Tonight we're dining on paper plates with plastic cutlery, as we're going to discover a table at a restaurant can be a hard thing to come by in the age of COVID. In the morning, our Cornish adventures begin. So that was the first travel video made with the new camera. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Or don't. That option is proving very popular too. In any case, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.